Hey guys, Hellhound, and this will be the fourth video I've done today, so it's pretty cool, I guess. Earlier I reviewed The Omen, then I did a trailer reaction to the upcoming Stephen King It adaptation, and also reviewed an album by Exodus, so it's been a pretty busy day. Videos, I found some extra time today, so, in between doing other stuff, so... I recently got a request from Ultimate Fanboy, who wanted me to do a top 10 horror films video, and I gotta give him a shout out because he subscribed to my channel, he likes my videos, and I actually checked out some of his as well. I didn't really get to look at them as long as I wanted to quite yet, but I plan to. He's got here's a video of top 5 directors who could direct the upcoming The Batman movie with Ben Affleck, which I'm really thrilled about. I think that's what it was, and then some other superhero related stuff. Looks at some good stuff. I'll have to check it out, and so you should check him out as well. Ultimate Fanboy. Yeah, give it a watch. Maybe subscribe to him as well. So I had to give him a shout out. But I've also been getting a lot of requests to do a top 10 movies video. Ever since I started my channel, ever since I started doing the reviews, a lot of people wanted to know my top 10 movies were. And honestly, I've compiled a list over the years. They've changed a little bit. Some of them remain constant. Some of the ones have been the same. Honestly, I didn't really think it'd make for a very interesting video, because for one thing, these are kind of generic and kind of obvious choices. I'm sure most horror fans out there want to find the most obscure list they can get of movies that nobody's ever heard of, or some kind of foreign thing, some kind of indie flick. I know that it's the cool thing to do now, but mine are kind of obvious choices, kind of basic, and so that's why I didn't think it'd make a very interesting video. Plus, I've already reviewed all these movies at length. I've talked about them ad nauseum, so this isn't really going to be a very exciting video. I don't know if I'm really going to review each movie individually. I'm not going to do like a brief summary of each one, I don't think. I think I'm just going to kind of give you my list. So this isn't going to be a very great video, but I figure people might want to know, and well, people do want to know. People have been asking me about it since I started, so without further ado, here's my top 10 list. I apologize if it's not very exciting, but I'm giving you guys what you wanted to see. So well, without further ado, let's get started. And yes, this will change. This is only my current top 10. As I said, a lot of them stay constant. A lot of them have been in my top for years. But I think if you might have asked me this a month ago, it might have been different. But right now, this is my top 10 horror films that are my favorites. So okay, number 10, Phantasm 2, directed by Don Coscarelli. I love this movie. I love the Phantasm series. It's hard to pick a favorite between the first two, which I think are both really, really good. The first movie is obviously more suspenseful, more scary, definitely creepier, more ominous. It just feels like death, But I went with the second one because I kind of like the character Mike when he's all grown up and played like James LeGros. He was an awesome kid. A. Michael Biden was awesome. This one's way more entertaining, way more action-packed, way more fun. Maybe not technically a better movie than the first one, but I prefer it. It's a personal favorite. I think it's just a lot of fun. It's a great movie to watch. I love really cool, awesome horror protagonists when they're like action heroes. And Mike and Reggie in this movie are like a lot like Ash Williams from the Evil Dead franchise. They just kick all kinds of ass, especially Reggie. He's just awesome. And the tall man played by Angus Scrimm, just creepy as hell as always. So yeah, great movie, great sequel, and yeah, I guess it would probably be my favorite Phantasm movie, despite the first one being technically superior. And by the way, this list is only going to contain one movie per series. Like, for example, I'm not going to have like more than one Friday the 13th, or more than one Nightmare on Elm Street, or more than one Evil Dead, or whatever. Just one movie, because otherwise it'd be boring. They'd be all taken up by like Friday the 13th sequels and Halloween sequels. I don't want to do that. That wouldn't be very interesting. So only one movie per series, one movie per franchise. I can't stress that enough. So yeah, okay, number 9, Hellraiser. I've already reviewed this movie. I've already talked about it a lot. Directed by Clive Barker and based on the novel that The Hellbound Heart, which was written by him. Great movie. I like it better than the sequels because Pinhead wasn't like the main focus. It was actually, this one was more about the humans. It wasn't about the origin of the blue demons, the Cenobites. It was all about the humans. There's all kinds of cool stuff going on. So many cool monsters, cool costumes, cool special effects, a glimpse of hell, awesome demon characters. Yeah, Pinhead, played by Doug Bradley, is awesome. But I think the real villain of the film is Frank. And I actually like him better when he's portrayed by Andrew Robinson at the end, when he takes Larry's skin. His brother Larry, played by Andrew Robinson. He was just a lot creepier. Andrew Robinson plays a great villain, like, in Dirty Harry. And he was also great in Pumpkinhead 2 and Child's Play 3. Yeah, he's a cool character. Kirsty, played by Ashley Lawrence. She's kind of the main character here. And, yeah, great acting all around. Some of it Parts of it haven't aged all that well. It's kind of dated, but I don't care. This movie's so great. It's fun and entertaining, and it's like insightful and compelling and really serious. It's a really serious story, very joyless, very bleak film, and I really appreciate that. I like that a lot. But yeah, Hellraiser. For more info on that, check out my Hellraiser review. It was one of the earliest videos I did on here. And you know I had to have a Chucky film in here, so yeah, number 8, the original Child's Play. It's hard to pick a favorite again. I love the first 2 films. I love Bride of Chucky. I love them all, really, honestly. I think they're all good. Even though Child's Play 3 and Seed of Chucky are the weakest, I still love those films. They're still a lot of fun. But the original is the scariest, the most effective, the most intense. Chucky was really creepy here, voiced by Brad Dourif, to play the human Charles Lee Ray at the beginning. I also love Chris Sarandon, who plays Mike Norris, the cop. Alex Vincent as Andy Barclay is one of the least annoying kids I've seen in a horror movie, so gotta give him props. Yeah, the original Child's Play, great movie. Again, I've reviewed that one as well. I've reviewed all these movies, so check them out, the full review for more info. I'm just gonna give like a brief summary. I know I said I wasn't gonna do that, but I kind of have to. I don't want to just say number 8, number 9, whatever. Okay, yeah, Child's Play, great movie. And there also had to be a Freddy film. I know it's getting obvious now. Again, it's a very basic list. It's not very exciting, I know, but hell, I'm having a lot of fun anyway. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Yes, I know. The first film is technically the best. Same situation with Phantasm. The first one's the scariest, most sophisticated, most effective, blah, blah, blah. This one's the most entertaining, the most fun. I love it. I watch it over and over. It's a personal favorite. Again, the first movie's a better movie, yes, but this one is my personal favorite. There's a difference. There's a huge difference. I cannot stress that enough. Yeah, Freddy's just awesome here, played by Robert Englund, who's always great. I love how his voice changes through the movie. I love the lead characters, played by Patricia Arquette and Heather Langenkamp, who returns as Nancy, and Craig Watson's character. Yeah, they're all great. All the kids, the troubled kids in the asylum where it takes place, they're all great. Some of the best dream sequences here, too. An awesome fight with Freddy's burned-up skeleton who rises from the dead and battles John Saxon and Craig Watson. John Saxon returns from the first movie as well. Yeah, great movie. I love the setting. I love the way Freddy's done. I love the acting. I love the characters. Some of the best dream sequences, the puppet and stuff. And the kids actually fight back. They actually have superpowers in their dreams. I thought that was an interesting concept. It's definitely the best sequel. Yes, even next to New Nightmare, which I find kind of overrated. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, my personal favorite of the series, although Part 1 is technically the best. Yeah, I have all these movies on VHS too, by the way, but I don't feel like digging them out. It was annoying enough getting them off my DVD shelf. So, okay, yeah, Freddy. Nightmare on Elm Street 3. It'd be my number 8, right? 8. Or no, 7, sorry. Yeah, the number 7. Sorry. These aren't in really any strict order anyway, so who even cares? Okay, so number 6, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Yes, this is my favorite Jason film, my favorite Friday the 13th film. Again, with the same situation I said for Nightmare on Elm Street Phantasm, the first movie probably is the most sophisticated, the most scary, most suspenseful, most well done, well acted, directed, written, blah, blah, blah. But this one has the best Jason. I love Jason. He's a great character. He's one of my favorite horror villains. This is the best Jason. Ted White does an awesome job. He's right up there with Richard Brooker from Part 3 and C.J. Graham for Part 6, and of course Kane Hodder. And any movie Kane Hodder's in, even the crappy ones, Kane Hodder's Jason still rules, even if the movie's bad. His character's still awesome. He does a great job. But I love Ted White a lot too. And yeah, Corey Feldman, young Corey Feldman's in this movie. He's kind of the main character, so he's cool. Great movie. Some really great kills. Jason looks awesome. He's got these long nails, and the makeup job when he loses his mask at the end is really cool. He's really disgusting looking. It's just excellent. It's very fun. I actually thought it at the theater, which is a really cool experience. It was a lot of fun. I noticed things I never noticed before. One of my favorite slasher films, Friday the 13th, Final Chapter. Alright, so here we go, the top 5. Getting down to the nitty gritty here. Okay, you knew this was coming. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. See what I'm doing here? Yeah, all the obvious slasher movies are in here. This movie actually is really good, really sophisticated, really effective, very well done. People left the theater in a state of shock when this came out. And I actually got an argument with somebody in the YouTube comments in my Leatherface trailer reaction. Saying that the remake was so much better, blah, blah, blah. This movie did way more for the horror genre than the remake did. The remake was just a generic, typical modern reboot with annoying family members. I love the trio of cannibals, the trio of cannibalistic brothers in this movie. Leatherface, the hitchhiker, the cook, and the grandpa who's dying. They were awesome. The family in the new one, in the were annoying. Aside from Arlie Ermey, who was awesome, and Andrew Bryanowski was a great Leatherface. Not as good as Gunnar Hansen, rest in peace, but you know, the original, just people left the theater in a state of shock. I mean, it had such an impact back then. I know maybe it's dated now and doesn't have the same effect as it did back then, but who cares? We get just so respect and admiration for when it started. The remake wouldn't exist without this film. So if you prefer the remake, to each their own. No need to argue with me and try to say that I'm wrong and invalid. But the guy who I had the discussion with, we actually came to a happy conclusion. We came to an agreement, so it was cool. He's cool. You know, to each their own. You know, I can understand. You know, the remake might be more entertaining, maybe better acted in some ways, but nothing compares to this. This is a masterpiece. It's a classic, and I'll never see another side. So yeah, number 5, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And another obvious movie you knew was coming. Oh, directed by Tobe Hooper. Another awesome movie, Halloween. You knew this was coming. That was really obvious. Yeah, look at that jack-o'-lantern with a knife. I've already praised this movie ad nauseum. There's nothing else I'd like to add. Michael Myers is awesome, great villain. John Carpenter's my favorite director, is a masterpiece. Donald Pleasance is great as Dr. Loomis. Jamie Lee Curtis is great as Laurie Strode. Everything about this movie is awesome. It's so scary, it's so suspenseful, it's so mysterious. Michael Myers is such a great villain. He's so awesome. He's kept in the shadows. I can't praise it enough. I've talked about it at length, and yeah, see my other videos for more info on that, because I've talked about the whole Halloween franchise and how awesome Michael Myers is as a character to death. So, yeah, number 4. Okay, now the list I think will get a little more interesting, because all these were kind of generic. They're just, you know, the main slasher films. They're the first movies you think of when you think of horror, so yeah, very obvious choices. Now it's going to get a little different, maybe a little less cliche. So, my top 3, Fright Night. This movie is so much freaking fun. It is so entertaining. It's always been a personal favorite. Directed by Tom Holland. It's just awesome. Jerry Dandridge, played by Chris Sarandon, one of my favorite actors, is an awesome vampire. I love the main characters. I love Charlie Brewster, played by brilliant Dragsdale. I love Peter Vincent, played by the late Roddy McDowall. I love Evil Ed, played by Stephen Jeffries. They're all great. Even Amanda Beers from Married to Children is okay. Yeah, this movie is just so much fun. It's just so incredibly entertaining. So 80s. They don't make them like this anymore. I wish they would, because they're all the same now. It's all like some, you know, evil demonic child, or some possession or exorcism, or some shitty PG-13 remake of a Japanese movie that's in a haunted house, with CGI effects, or found footage, which is like cancer to the horror genre. They need to start making them like this. Make them fun again. You know, they don't try to make them so scary and with all the same cliche jump scares and stuff, because it doesn't work. Nothing scares me anymore. Make them fun and entertaining again. This movie rules! I love Fright Night. Love it! Such a great movie. So much fun. I could watch it over and over and over and over and over. Can't praise it enough. Okay, then another one. Number 2, Return of the Living Dead. Another extremely fun, extremely entertaining movie that's also really, really 80s. Has a great soundtrack. It's so much fun. I love the teenagers. I love the punk rockers like Linnea Quigley and all them. And they're just awesome. And then Miguel Nunez Jr., yeah, all of them. They're all so fun. They're all cool. I had a lot of friends like that growing up. In my metalhead friends in high school, we were kind of similar to those guys. We used to party in graveyards too. And actually, like the older characters as well. You know, Clu Gallagher and James Karen and the late Don Calfa, rest in peace. And then, of course, Tom Matthews, who was in Friday the 13th Part 6. Actually, a lot of them were in some of the Friday the 13th movies, these cast members in this movie. And Clu Gallagher was in Nightmare on Elm Street too. Pretty cool. Yeah, Return of the Living Dead, so much fun. I love this movie. Yeah, do you want to party? Yes, I do. And I always do when I watch this movie. I always have a fun time. I'm always tap dancing on my freaking sofa. It's that much fun. Very underrated zombie flick. I know when people talk about zombie flicks, they talk about all the Romero films. Rest in peace, George Romero. You were a genius. You know, and they talk about, you know, some of the more modern ones, the post-apocalyptic wasteland, the plucky band of survivors fighting the zombies with boards with nails in them and baseball bats and hockey sticks. But this movie was different. It broke the mold. It's so much fun. It's hilarious, and it's pretty scary too. Great zombies. I love the decomposing, rotting zombies. Great effects, great costumes, great makeup, great acting. Very fun movie. I actually watched it in a graveyard one time. How freaking cool is that? And the number 1 movie, I think you guys already know, because I've talked about this before, Evil Dead 2. And the reason this is so awesome is because Bruce the Man freaking Campbell. He is the freaking bomb. He's my hero. Ash Williams is my favorite main character in a horror movie or a movie ever, really. He's just so badass. And like, you see, in the first movie, he was kind of cowardly, and he just kind of defeated the possessed evil people in the cabin in the woods, like kind of by chance. He kind of got lucky. But in this movie, you really see his transformation from a cowardly, meek, weakling to a one-liner spitting badass who totes a shotgun and has a chainsaw for a hand and fights back against the evils who oppose him. He's cooler than any of the horror villains, too. He's just that awesome. I'd love to see him fight Freddy and Jason and Leatherface and Michael Myers and Chucky in a movie. I know it's happened in the comic books. I'd love to see it in a movie because Ash Williams is the man. And Bruce Campbell rules. He's like my favorite. He's just so freaking cool. He's just awesome. He can make anything great. And yeah, definitely check out the Ash vs. Evil Dead series if you haven't already. Yeah, Army of Darkness would also probably be in my top 10, but as I said, I want to limit to one movie per franchise. And the original The Evil Dead is freaking awesome too. But what really makes me love it so much is Ash Williams. In the first movie, again, he was kind of like a coward. He didn't have much dialogue. It was really Scotty, the other male protagonist that, did most of the work until he got his ass kicked by, the evil forest outside. But yeah, Ash is just too freaking cool. He really makes these movies for me. And if it wasn't for him, they'd probably still be in my top 20 or top 10, but they probably wouldn't be as high. It's really Ash and Bruce Campbell that makes them so good. And excellent directing by Sam Raimi. And I do love the premise, too. The cabin in the woods and possessed people, they kind of become zombies. It's all awesome. It's all great. Really gory, too. I love to watch the first Evil Dead, while blasting some Cannibal Corpse and, reading some X-Men comics at the same time. Some of the late 80s ones where they're more violent and gritty. It just gets me pumped, that sort of thing, man. I just love it. But yeah, there's my top 10. Sorry again if it was kind of a generic list, kind of basic, kind of less obvious. I'm sure you're probably watching this thinking, oh, my top 10 is things that nobody's ever heard of, man. All kinds of obscure foreign indie films that only I know about. It's so cool to do that these days. But I don't care. These movies are popular for a reason. They're just freaking awesome. And I do love all those indie movies. I do love those lesser-known movies. I'm a huge fan of Italian horror. I'd like to do a top 10 Italian horror movies soon. But again, thank you, Ultimate Fanboy, for convincing me to do this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing some of your videos, too. You should make your own top 10 horror film list as well. I'd be interested in seeing it. Again, thanks for the suggestion. Give you one more shout out, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think it ended up being more fun than I thought it would be, so I'm glad I did it. Very glad. And it's good to get it out of the way. It's something that I've been meaning to do for a while. Something that I probably shouldn't. Every horror fan should have a video of their top 10 favorite horror films. It probably should have been one of the earliest ones I did. But now I've done it. Hope you guys liked it. And, long live horror. I'll be collecting and watching and reviewing horror movies probably until I die, so it's going to be a hell of a ride. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you guys for making being on YouTube an enjoyable experience. It's made all the better by all the great. There's too many of you guys to name, but I think I've given y'all shout outs at least once. Alright guys, I'm a Hellhound, and hope you enjoyed my video. Until next time.